get going again. But before I tell you where I'm headed, I've got to show you what I'm driving. Because today, I have one heck of an awesome car at my disposal. You're going to be envious of me. Has your jaw dropped yet? Mine certainly has. This beast of a car is the new Mercedes GL 63 AMG. And what that means is that it's not just an ordinary GL. The AMG badge means that it can spit out 550 brake horsepower from its 5.5-litre V8 bi-turbo unit. Well, if that's not exciting, I don't know what is. So it's time for me to get behind the wheel. In all my excitement, I seem to have forgotten to mention my destinations. Well, I'm off to Ajmer and Pushkar from Delhi, and I'm sure these two destinations are going to be beautiful. The drive is also really great. There's desert views on the way. So with this awesome car and two cities to visit, I am super excited. Let's unleash this beast.
Ajmer is a bustling city located roughly 400 kilometers from Delhi via NH8. The drive takes around 7 hours. Ajmer surrounds the tranquil lake of Anna Sagar and is itself ringed by the rugged Aravalli hills.
The GL63 may look huge, and it's certainly one of the most spacious cars I've driven in, with 3 rows of seats, but it's actually really easy to drive on the highway, and the engine is a powerhouse. It churns out 1 horsepower after the other with ease and refinement. It also has all the gizmos you could possibly imagine for a comfortable road trip. For example, it's pretty cold outside, but I'm very cozy in here with the heating on, and every passenger can control the temperature to suit their preferences. In fact, the sound system is also just superb, and so I'm about to pump up the volume and enjoy this drive.
The GL63 just devoured the kilometers, so we completed the drive to Ajmer in no time. As the scenery outside evolved from the mustard fields my journey had begun with to arid rocky hills, I could tell I had approached my destination.
It's nice and toasty in my car, but it sure is chilly on Ajmer. Fortunately though, I brought my scarf and jacket. I've just arrived in Ajmer, a very sacred town because it's home to the famous Ajmer Sharif or Dargah Sharif, which is exactly what I thought I should make my first stop. Now this shrine was built in honor of the Sufi saint Khwaja Muinuddin Hasan Chishti, the saint responsible for establishing the largest Sufi order in India. But it's frequented by pilgrims from across faith traditions because it's considered a very auspicious place to seek blessings. In fact, even the Mughal emperors Akbar and Jahangir were patrons of this Dargah, and it's an extremely historic and beautiful place and a must visit if you're in Ajmer. Now do bring a headscarf or a handkerchief if you come here, because you will have to cover your head in many parts of the shrine. Let's go explore.
The Dargah gained its significance during the time of the Mughals. Many emperors built additional structures here. When blessed with a son, Akbar built a massive cooking pot or deg here, where food for thousands of people could be made in one go. And Jahangir continued this tradition of feeding the community when he too had a son, building another huge deg. Thousands of people are fed here even today. It is believed that the spirit of Khwaja Muinuddin Hasan Chishti grants all wishes made at Ajmer Sharif. So visitors tie holy strings symbolizing their requests to the railings and jalis around the tomb. Visiting the Dargah was a lovely way to begin my trip, and I'm now ready to explore the rest of Ajmer's beautiful heritage. Time for my next stop, the extraordinary Nasiya Temple.
Isn't that spectacular? I've never seen anything quite like this. This is another very special place in Ajmer. It's the Soni Ji Ki Nasiya temple. And this is a temple that's extremely special for the Digambar sect in Jainism. But I think it's really worth a visit for anyone because it's really very unique. I've never seen a diorama like this within a temple. This amazing gold diorama has scenes from Prayag and Ayodhya, as well as it depicts the Jain conception of the universe. And you could just spend hours just observing all the intricate details. There's little figures all gilded with gold, and there's amazing glasswork and paintings. It could literally take you all day if you were to observe every detail. And I'm sure children would love coming here.
The temple is dedicated to Lord Rishabhdev, the first of the 24 Tirthankars. It was built in the late 19th century. The main chamber is known as the Swarna Nagari or City of Gold and is truly a remarkable place well worth seeing.
After visiting Ajmer Sharif and the Nasiya temple, I thought I'd take a break and come by Sagar Lake just to take in the beautiful views of the water and the hills and just get some fresh air. And it's a very popular place among local people as well, just looking for a pause from the chaos of the city. You can come here and just take a walk along the lake or sit under a tree and take in some shade. It's a lovely, peaceful place to come to get away from the city. In these cool winter temperatures, the sun on your skin just feels so good. And I'm feeling so relaxed now and I'm all set for my next destination, Pushkar.
Only 14 kilometers from Ajmer, Pushkar lies on the other side of the Nag Pahad or the Snake Mountain. You can take in the impressive landscape as you wind your way up the hills. Pushkar is world famous for its spectacular camel fair, which takes place here annually. But even when that's not on, this little town draws pilgrims and bohemian travelers from all over.
Most pilgrimage centers in India have a few things in common. They're typically on the banks of a lake or a river, and they're dotted with religious monuments. Now Pushkar of course conforms to both these things, and I'm right here at the ghats around Pushkar Lake, which is considered a very auspicious place to take a holy dip. And pilgrims come here from all over the world, particularly to see a very important Brahma Temple. Apparently it's the only one of its kind. And where I'm seated is actually Brahma Sarovar, but the temple is nearby, so that's where I'm headed to next.
Pushkar curls around a holy lake, said to have appeared when Brahma dropped a lotus flower. Apparently, Brahma wanted to perform a yagna at the lake, and when his wife Savitri didn't attend, he married another woman on a whim. Savitri, understandably annoyed, vowed that Brahma would not be worshipped anywhere else. So the Brahma temple here is thought to be the only one of its kind.
I'm at the Brahma Temple, one of Pushkar's most important temples because it's supposedly the only temple in the world dedicated to Lord Brahma. It draws people from far and wide because of its uniqueness, and in fact architecturally it's quite simple, so it's really the deity Brahma that is bringing all these people in. Now unfortunately photography is prohibited within the temple, so I'm gonna go check it out, but I can't take the camera with me. See you in a bit.
Around the temple is a vibrant market area, and there are several small hotels and restaurants, making Pushkar a very tourist-friendly place. It attracts an eclectic array of people from across the world, many of whom seem to be soul-searching.
This has been such an enjoyable trip. I've gotten to see some of the most beautiful, mystical places in both Ajmer and Pushkar, and I've gotten to drive the Mercedes GL 63 AMG, which has been quite an experience. This car is perfect for a long drive. It's comfortable, it's smooth, it has every feature you can imagine, and more than anything else, the sound of the engine can rival even your favorite playlist. So I consider myself a very lucky girl because I get to get back behind the wheel and drive off to Delhi. See you next week.